Xbox, Xbox, Xbox. Here we go once again with mixed marketing for the core Xbox fan base. Just the mixed marketing alone is enough to just frustrate the casual as well as the hardcore fan base. So yesterday, day one at Gamescom Live, we got the announcement that Indiana Jones, like many people suspected, is going to come to the PlayStation 5. But what I think a lot of people didn't expect was it would be coming to the PlayStation 5 so soon, and Microsoft and Xbox would be so eager to announce that. Just a lot of craziness going on in the past 24 hours, and I just kind of want to give my thoughts on it. Now, I want to say right off the bat, guys, if you are coming in thinking that I am a fanboy and I console war for one console or another, that is not the case. Look behind me. I literally have and own every game console. I'm a fan of gaming. I'm not a fan of corporations. I don't support Sony. I don't support Microsoft. I don't support Nintendo and their practices. I support the developers and the software, the games. Are the games fun? When Sony does something that is absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous, I call them out on it. When Microsoft does the same, I call them out on it. Nintendo's usually squeaky clean for the most part, and they put out the best games out of all three companies anyway. But just so you guys know, yes, I am a PS5 user as well as an Xbox user, although I've been more PC this past year than anything. But I want to talk about what happened yesterday and why I think it was a dumb move on Microsoft's part and just a really stupid move overall. Now, look, we all can see the writing on the wall. We all see Microsoft is going more third party. Sorry. We see if you guys are an old school gamer, we've seen this song and dance before. We've seen this with Sega. So it's sort of like writing on the wall. We see it when they announce stuff like Doom, Dark Ages coming over on PlayStation. We all assume Blade. I think now it's a foregone conclusion that Blade's going to be coming over as well. And now Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, here's the thing with me. I don't care if Xbox wants to put their games on PlayStation. Like I said, one, I own everything, so I can play on whatever console I want. I do enjoy Game Pass, so I'd rather have the perk of playing it day one on Game Pass for a much cheaper price than paying $70 a game. I prefer that aspect of it. Here is the biggest problem. I don't mind them going over to PlayStation. I really don't. But a 3 to 4 month window is, I think, ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. A 3 to 4 month window. They announced this game is coming out on December 6th. This game is coming out on Xbox. And spring, which is usually the end of February or early March, that's what, 3 months away? You're going to port this game on PS5. So any chance you have of bringing any of the PlayStation fan base to your console, you completely just squash that right there, right? There's going to be a small amount. Granted, it's a small amount of people that are going to be like, man, I can't wait. I'm going to go get this on Xbox. There was a small amount. You had a couple % chance of that actually happening if you didn't announce the game coming to PS5, because a lot of people would just sit there and go, okay, well, they didn't announce it to PS5, so I'm not entirely sure if it's coming to PS5. So let me go ahead and pick up an Xbox Series S for a couple $100 and play it on there. You know, what's a couple $100? I really want to play the game. I'll sign up for Game Pass, right? You would have a percentage of people that would want to do that. But by making a release date, the biggest problem is not putting it on PS5. The biggest problem is announcing a release date for that, right? You don't see PlayStation going Final Fantasy 16 on February something, and then 4 months later, here's the PC port. Because a lot of people would be like, okay, I'm just going to wait for the PC port. No, PlayStation doesn't do that. PlayStation has their game, and then a year later, Steam will go ahead and announce when the PC port's coming. You don't never see a PS5 exclusive come out, and then they also have a release date for the PC version. You don't see that. You know why? Because by doing that, you automatically turn people away and say, you know what, I will wait. There was no announcement for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PC, right? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came on PS5. I bought the PS5 copy. Now, if there was an announcement where they said, hey guys, this summer, coming to PC, and it was announced, I would just say, okay, I would wait like 4 months and get it on PC. But they don't do that because they're smart. They're smart. And the thing is, I don't know who to blame in this scenario. I feel like there's a inside battle at Xbox and Microsoft right now. I feel like Phil Spencer and the Xbox team want to do one thing, but Satya Nadella, who is the CEO and the head honcho of Microsoft, wants to do a complete other thing. To him, it's all about the money. He wants the money. And he doesn't care if it kills the Xbox brand or what. He wants the money. Oh, we can make this much money if we put it on over on PlayStation. Okay, we're going to do that. Right? I don't care if PlayStation releases this game in March. I don't care if it's 3 months later. The problem is when you make the announcement, because everyone that you potentially could have converted over to at least buy your hardware is now going to say, yeah, I can just wait after the holidays. It's going to come. I can just get it on the PlayStation. I don't need to go out and buy a $200, $300 console. That is the biggest problem. That is the biggest problem, is the announcement of it. And Phil Spencer just keeps getting caught in lie after lie after lie because he makes these announcements and then shortly after, it's all proven to be a lie. It's just absolutely been proven a lie. And people are calling him out on this. And I don't know if it's because Satya Nadella just keeps throwing him under the bus. It's getting to the point where this is absolutely ridiculous. I look at myself as an Xbox Series console, and I'm like, why do I own this console? Right? I was up pretty much all night last night just debating, should I go trade in my Xbox Series X? Should I trade it in? Because why should I keep it? Why should I keep my Series X? Most of the games that, like, first of all the Xbox games I can play on PC. My PC is a better rig than my PS5 and Xbox combined. When the last Xbox game that I played was Hellblade 2, I didn't even play it on my Series X. I played it on my PC. So why should I keep this? Yeah, I have a few physical games back there, but they're all Xbox One physical games. None of them are Series X physical games. I haven't bought a Series X in games in years, and I haven't bought Series X physical games because I have Game Pass. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It just does not make a whole lot of sense. It is very bad business practices and game practices, and the reason this gets me more upset than anything, and I don't think a lot of people are really understanding the big repercussions of this whole situation, is not because, you know, this is happening here. This is the biggest problem, is you have people celebrating the downfall of Xbox because they look so incompetent right now. They look absolutely incompetent. And people are celebrating that. People are on this console war mentality celebrating that. But they don't realize that if Xbox goes out of business, that is not good for the console market. Sony will then be left untested, and they can do whatever they want to do. Their last big successful console, I'm talking about, like, the PS4 was successful, but I'm talking about their majorly successful console, which is the PlayStation 2, the most highest selling console of all time. They got so cocky thinking they could do anything they want that they released the PS3 at a $600 price point. This was years ago when consoles did not get released at those price points, and then had the audacity to tell people, well, our console's so good, you're going to want to get a second job to buy it. That's how cocky Sony was. And the problem is, if Xbox goes, and then 360 wiped the floor with them that generation. If Xbox does go out of business and they become a third-party company like Sega did, this is not good for the video game market, because then Sony would then have the right to do whatever they want, and there's nobody to challenge them. You guys want $100 games? I don't. Sony can raise the prices of their games to $80. $90 to $100, and no one will be there to stop them because they are the console leader and they're the only ones in that market. They could do whatever they want. Any console prices that they want to go, they can do. They can raise the price of PlayStation Plus. They could do anything. People don't understand that competition is what is good for the consumers. And if Xbox goes out of business and people are celebrating it, it is bad for you, it's bad for me. It's 100% bad for the consumer, but everybody is so champion this console war thing, going, oh, my piece of plastic hardware is better than your piece of plastic hardware, and we should be rooting for Xbox. But it looks like Xbox doesn't even care about their own consoles because they just constantly just keep, shooting themselves in the foot, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, this was, I thought, a massive misstep by Microsoft. It was stupid. Very, very stupid to even sit there and say, hey, guess what, guys? 3 months after the release of the Xbox, you can go ahead and get it on the PS5. And it's probably going to be a better game because any bugs that would be on there would be worked out in 3 months. So now Xbox fans and Game Pass fans are just beta testers. We beta test the game. Any problems, they get worked out, and then the definitive version gets put on PlayStation. That's essentially what is happening here, and it's a crime. It's absolute crime. Anybody champion for PlayStation over Xbox doesn't see one. They're either dumb. They're either slow, they got something wrong with their head, or they're too young to understand the business and they haven't seen the game crashes that I've seen in the 80s and then with Sega going out of business and all that. They don't know the repercussions of real life. It's just, oh, my team is better than you and I'm team PlayStation. It's absolutely horrendous. It's stupid. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. It's a horrible situation, and I can't believe this is happening, to be honest with you. But I want to know what you guys think. Please be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Smash that like and subscribe button. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and thank you so much for watching.